Hello and welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. As always, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your beautiful, kind comments to me in the comments section. And a special big thank you to everyone who has recently subscribed this month. Thank you for joining us. Please pull up a chair, get cozy, and we'll have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather here together. If you're new to the channel, please join us by subscribing to the channel, hitting your notification bell, and be sure to drop me a comment below if you are interested in being entered in for a free reading with me, because I offer this as an opportunity for my subscribers as a thank you, as a give back for everything that you give me. So be sure to hit your notification bell, be sure to hit your subscribe button, and drop me that comment below for your chance to win. For today's pick a card topic, we're looking at a ghosting situation. So somebody who has disappeared from your life. Why did they ghost you, and are they going to reach out? This doesn't necessarily have to be just a love reading. You can definitely apply these messages perhaps to a friendship or a family member. But why did this person on your mind ghost you, and are you going to hear back from them? We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the rose quartz and the Terror of Bones card. Pile number 2 here with the, I believe it's supposed to be like a red jasper and the 9 of bones. And then we have here the green aventurine with the haunting of bones. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today from spirit, and my timestamps are listed below. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, why did this person on your mind ghost you, and are they going to reach out to you? Pile 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the little pink quartz, or to the Terror of Bones, and this is your reading. The Terror of Bones, we're talking about a ghosting situation, and you can see that the skull here with the white rose of hope. So there's still a lot of curiosity surrounding the Terror of Bones. It's representing the Page of Wands, and there could be a lot of curiosity about where this was headed, and really a lot of confusion surrounding why did this person ghost in the first place, because they perhaps were giving you a lot of inclinations about interest and attraction, and maybe you thought things were going swimmingly because there was a lot of charisma, or not charisma, but a lot of connection and a lot of sparks between the two of you. And so you may be just really confused as to why this person just all of a sudden pulled backwards, and you're still really interested. So you want to know if this person's going to reach back out to you, if they're going to continue, contact. So let's take a look here. Like, I feel like the sparks were flying here between the two of you. And you really perhaps thought that this would move into a relationship. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the Temperance. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the High Priestess. We have the Hierophant, the Queen of Cups, and the 4 of Wands. Back of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and we do have the Justice coming out. I'm going to clarify this as we go forward. But there's already a message coming through about this person having this habitual reaction sometimes. It's like sometimes maybe they get bored easily, but they tend to want to maintain the upper hand, is what I heard. They want to maintain the upper hand. And it wasn't that they weren't interested, because there is this aspect of like, they could really see potential here, but I almost feel like this is the type of person, maybe again, habitually, they've made a habit out of pulling back from a good thing, out of fear, out of worry, or out of this mentality of like, is this taking too long? It's like somebody who gets really excited about things and throws all their excitement at you and then pulls back very abruptly. And it is being communicated as an issue within this person. They definitely don't want you to maintain any sort of fear that you did something wrong or that there's something wrong with you. The truth is that you hit a bit of a nerve with this person. And I feel like you have invested a little bit into this connection with your heart space, because they're saying you have a very fragile heart and you saw a lot of potential. And the truth is that I feel like this person saw a lot of potential too. And I feel like that maybe is what even triggered them, is because they saw the potential here. They felt that spark. They were really, really attracted to you, but there's this essence of maybe some expectations that they felt from you, or they could feel your heart space really kind of filling up with a lot of emotion. We have the Knight of Swords. And they definitely ghosted, and they definitely stepped back because they didn't want to face the conversation. It's like it's much easier for them to just walk away. And that's going to be probably a very common message that comes through, because that's the reason people ghost, is because it's just easier to do that. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And the truth is that they thought you were really beautiful, really attractive. It's almost like they're placating their guilt a little bit by saying, you know, you don't need me. You don't need me because you're amazing and you're going to get over me and it's not going to be a big deal. It's like they keep trying to calm their own fears about your reaction to the ghosting, because it wasn't that they didn't find you attractive. It almost feels like they thought it was like right person, wrong time, or this aspect of where you thought it could go, or perhaps some feelings from your heart space being expressed about where you thought it could head. It's like I wasn't ready for that. Here's the Eight of Wands reverse. Yeah, they're talking about frustrating delays that lead us to clarity, that lead us to commitments as well. And now this person they're in this time period of their life where they're feeling restless, they're exploring things, and they just aren't ready for any sort of relationship. But they're very attracted to you. And there is this emphasis too on clarity. So they may be thinking in the present moment about providing that clarity, but not yet. That's the other message coming through, is that I can't come back towards you right now. They could be feeling restless or anxious. And they are fearing that they may have reacted too soon when it came to the ghosting of you. They feel like they rushed that decision. In the moment when they did it, they're talking about empowerment and how they thought that it would empower them. But now that they're past that emotional outburst, now they're into this stage of, oh my goodness, did I ruin a really good thing? It's like, I'm not ready for commitment here, but did I ruin a really good thing overall? Because even with the Temperance, it's all about finding joy and balance within the journey. And it's speaking about this commitment cycle and how they're in this independent cycle for now, where they're restless, where they're seeking options, where they're exploring their pathways in both life and love. We have the Magician. And ultimately, their higher self is saying that the reason why they pulled back and blocked or ghosted you is just to maintain the control over where they're at in this present moment. Because he's holding on to the key, which means that they're feeling stuck in some way. But it's supporting the secret that they have. It's like, I'm feeling stuck when it comes to being able to maintain the control over my feelings, the control over where this is headed. And so it's just easier for me to bow out and exit for the time being, I keep hearing. We have the Page of Cups. I am getting a very strong inclination that this person may decide to pop up out of the blue. I don't think that this person is going to ghost you forever, pile one. There is intention here from them. Not yet. They keep talking about delays, but intentions to walk through that gateway and face sort of the consequences of their actions, because they are still attracted to you. But this attraction breeds change, and that is why I feel like they ghosted in the first place, was because there's a little bit of an emotional immaturity coming through from this person, and they're just not 100% ready to step into that power, step into the Emperor energy. It's like, I want to maintain a friendship. I want to maintain, it's almost like a loosey-goosey physical relationship. It's like, I want to maintain a friends with benefits at this time, and I'm afraid that I'm not capable of giving you what you need or what you expect in this connection at this moment. It's not that it's not possible for this person to even envision what could be with the two of you in the future. It's that they can't see it right this moment. It's like, we have to take the necessary steps, take our time in achieving that. And so there is an aspect of them feeling a little bit, and I don't want to say that they were feeling the pressure from you, because I don't think that that's the type of pressure you were applying. I think it was just it almost feels like it was implied. It's like you didn't put pressure on them for commitment, but they could feel your heart space. It's almost felt like it was implied, and they're just not quite ready to take that huge leap of faith into commitment or into a relationship at this time, because they're still in this restless, rutting type of energy. And that's why I feel like they pulled back, because they felt like it would empower them to maintain the control over their journey right now. And they felt that connection with you. They felt the intensity, but they just weren't ready for what they think that you're ready for, what they think that you expect, which could be commitment. And here with the Four of Wands, it could be that you're not even expecting commitment right now. You just foresee it as a possibility, and you want to continue to explore this. But there is this, even a fear of like speaking about that. It's like, I'm afraid to talk about it, to put out that expectation. Let's get a couple of message cards to see where their minds is at? What are they thinking when it comes to ghosting? Pile number 1, please. What's going through their mind when it comes to ghosting? Pile number 1. I'm too afraid to talk to you. It's like, what if I have to face the consequences of the delay? And as the longer they delay, the harder it is for them to reach out, because it's like they have to face the gavel. They have to face the justice and the truth of the situation. The truth is I want a fresh start with you. There is an emphasis on the word fresh in this card, and even in my mind, because they are in this period of competition and restless energy and insecurity. They feel like a young energy to me. It says your family won't like me. The 3 of Pentacles reversed, worrying about a lack of support, worrying about gossip, worrying that they're not ready to form that foundation yet. It says you have so many choices and options. It says I want you to choose, and love is the answer. And they feel like you could be falling for them. And I do feel like there's a really strong emotional investment from the Queen of Cups here. So you could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You don't have to be, but they definitely feel like you are falling for them, and that kind of spooked them a little bit. But you have a beautiful heart space. I hope that you'll wait for me. And back this deck says, I miss you. Do you miss me too? And that's what they're wondering. It's like, do you even want to hear from me? Do you even want to hear from me? It's like, now I don't want to have to make the decision to power through here. It's like, I hope that you are anticipating a connection with me, or anticipating further contact. Because I feel like they will make you wait a little bit, but and I'm going to double check this in a moment about the future of the connection, if they're going to reach out, but they're intending on it. There's intentions. They're purposefully delaying. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And that seems to be the phase that they're in life right now, is this passionate phase of exploration. They just didn't anticipate to meet someone like you on that exploration, and they're not quite ready for you and the version of you. It's like you're on a different frequency, you're on a higher level. It says unrequited love reversed. There is plenty of chemistry and attraction to keep this relationship going, but this is how you're feeling. You're feeling like there's the love is not mutual, it's unrequited. They do have lots of attraction for you. I wouldn't say they've fallen in love at this point, but they see you as such a beautiful option. We have here finances and career reverse are a factor. They're going to use that as an excuse if they do reach back out to you, Spirit says. They're going to use that as a scapegoat. It's like, oh, work just got crazy, or oh, this just got crazy. And they're going to use some excuses. But are they going to reach out to pile number 1, please? We have the 5 of Pentacles. Their empowerment is shook. It's like they feel really insecure. And they're thinking about it with the 7 of Cups. They're really anticipating the option of that. They know that they need to clear up confusion. And I feel like they are afraid to face you. But they have that as an intention. And I feel like you are really you don't want to hear any other option than that. Spirit says the Queen of Cups wants to hear that this is going to be an affirmative. And it's almost like you're waiting. It's like, you know what you have to say. You know what you have to, what you want to say. But it's like your heart and your head are fighting a little bit here. We have the 8 of Swords coming out here, the Queen of Swords. I feel like for someone, you're going to reach out to this person, or you're going to get in contact with them first. We have the Temperance reversed. That's too many cards though. That message is not for everyone. I feel like the confusion will be too much for the Queen of Cups, and she might decide to break no contact, or she might kind of seek out this person. Seek out this person in order to gain the clarity that they're looking for. We have the Queen of Pentacles, but there's an aspect of I'm looking at this 10 of Swords. There's an aspect of your expectations not being met completely, but it's the 10 of Swords reversed. So there's a forgiveness or a moving on cycle. I feel like there's going to be contact out of the blue here. And for some of you, I feel like it's going to be the Divine Feminine that does spark that contact. For others, I do feel like out of the blue, eventually you're going to hear from this person, and there will be a slight delay with this contact coming in. But overall, Spirit wants you to know that they see you moving into a context of forgiveness, and ultimately this contact is going to open a doorway. So for some, it's going to spark more change. It's going to spark more exploration. For others, you may move into an independent cycle because you're just not willing to put yourself through that again. But we do see further contact coming in with this person, whether it be you that issues it or them coming in with this Page of Cups out of the blue, I do see further enlightenment coming in for both of you. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. Ice for pile number 1, please, in the bowl. We have the 7 of Wands, we have the 10 of Cups reversed, and we have the High Priestess. Now, the 10 of Cups is sort of teetering on a reversal at this moment, which is talking about a delay in gratification or a delay in awareness. And I feel like this person is struggling to get to that point of commitment where they allow themselves to have the abundance that the 10 of Cups represents. And that's a struggle that they are dealing with in their own contract. Spirit says, their higher self says that this is a theme for them. But with determination, they can power through this theme. They're also talking about how this is threatening like a heaviness on your heart space because you want to know the answer, the truth. And they want you to know that you're going to get that clarity, but it's going to be delayed. In the bowl today, we have the strawberry and the 3 of Wands here. So third-party situation, but I don't really feel like they left for a person. I just feel like this person's restless. We have the Tree of Life, and we have the circle around it. I think about the Fool's Leaf that leads us to opportunities for growth and building up this 10 of Pentacles. That can sometimes represent a family unit and positions of that nature. But I feel like this person is too young, or they feel like they're too young to go into that cycle. You are my sunshine, and we also have the blue lips. I just got the message again that the Divine Feminine may be seeking out her own clarity. We have the blue lips, somebody who doesn't feel like they've been kissed in a while, or they're kind of holding on. We also have strawberry, again, I think of Aquarius and 17. So that could be an age energy, but also about hope and maintaining hope for closure. We have Our Lady of Medjugorje. I think about motherhood. We do have the honey cells, so are filled. I think about a concern with insecurity, a concern for the home. And somebody who perhaps is making us feel insecure. But that's why Spirit wants to highlight your beautiful heart, your compassionate heart. And there is motherhood as a theme, so please take that as it resonates to your situation. We do have the dime. I think about October and the 10th of any month. I think of Libra, actually. So this person could be a Libra. But I also think of the 6 of Swords in transition. So I think that there's going to be clarity here, and you're going to have a forgiveness cycle that comes through. It does present a doorway, though. And whatever the two of you choose to do with that doorway in the future will be yours, and Spirit will walk with you. But that is what I have for you today, pile 1. I hope that it resonates with you. And if it did, please drop your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to check out my links for Etsy for personal reading if you feel called to. And I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you have a great week. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the red jasper, or to the 9 of Wands here, and this is your reading. Why did the person on your mind ghost you? Are they going to reach out to you? The most important question, are they going to reach out to you again? The 9 of Wands, you can see that the skull is looking up at this light. The flame is still there, and we're holding on to it, because the 9 of Wands is all about exerting our strength, holding on with force. It is asking us for an independent push to clearance or clarity. And there's still all these bones at the bottom. It's like bones to pick. This one looks kind of like temptation, looks like an apple. So there's still a lot left unsaid, or a lot left to mull over with this person. It's like we need to have a conversation, but we're holding on to hope that we're going to get that chance. So let's take a look and see. First of all, why did they ghost you? Why did pile 2's person ghost them, please? The 9 of Cups reversed. We have the 7 of Pentacles reversed coming out. Now, the 9 of Cups reversed can really speak to sort of somebody in a rush to get things done. It's like and you can see even in the stag here at the 7 of Pentacles, there's these lilies wrapped around the antlers, which is all about spiritual love and moving through to commitments with the 7 of Pentacles. Is like planting seeds and watering those plants and building upon the connection, but it's reversed. So there's an aspect of pulling out that expectation, pulling out our wishes. It's like we're pulling out what we have invested in, moving on from a dream of some kind. Why did they ghost? You have the Ace of Pentacles. I will say that Spirit is talking about this person like they're kind of smug, or they're kind of it's like, I don't know if they're used to getting what they want, or if there's just, there's a ego surrounding this person that's filled with some type of confidence, and that may be how they approached you in this connection in the first place. And they may have sort of approached you with a lot of confidence about where they thought it could go. It's like they're ready for change, they're ready for commitment. It's almost like love bombing is what I'm hearing. It's like love bombing. When there's a reality about this person, Spirit says that we may not have been privy to, or maybe we did get an inclination, or we got a little bit of a test or a tease about who this person is or their personality, because there's something about their personality that has contributed to how they acted here or how they treated you. And again, they're making sure that we understand that this was not our fault, that the reason why this person pulled back was definitely something interior that's happening with them. And that was a message that came in pile 1 as well. Spirit's always very careful about making sure you know how important you are, how your experience is important, and how the way that other people treat us is a testament to them and not you. Because they're talking about him or her being in a prison of their own design. It's like this is an aspect of their journey that they are being asked to power through. But this type of behavior is holding them back from being able to become the truest version of themselves. So they don't want you to join them in that prison cell. That's the most important part of that message. They don't want you to join them there in that prison cell. We have the Ace of Wands. Back of the deck, we do have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. Now, there is a message coming through about workplace and about expansions in the workplace. So they could have maybe expanded in their job in some way, or they have something that's really important they need to focus on. But Spirit's approaching or using fire to describe an opportunity for them. So they took an opportunity. They took the opportunity to ghost in a sense, or they took an opportunity that took them away from you, whether it be in the workplace. If they say that there could be an attachment to the workplace. We have the Lovers, but Spirit says it could have something to do with another person within that workplace. It's about it. It's like this intentional decision that they made, and it may have involved another person. But what they are calling this, Spirit is saying that they are calling this a turn of events in your favor, ultimately. And they are using a bit of an expletive to describe this person. They're using a curse word to describe this person. The action that they took towards you. It's like they're calling them a name, or they feel like they acted like that. That's why Spirit's bringing forward that word. We have the Temperance, and we also have the 5 of Pentacles. Ooh, the Emperor. And we have the 8 of Swords reversed here. And we have the Emperor powering through here on a sideways angle. We do have the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords here is being connected to this King of Wands. They could be a fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It's connected to the 9 of Cups, and we have the 9 of Cups reversed in the beginning of your spread, which is really interesting to me, because Spirit, again, wants you to not take this as a personal testament to your worth. That's the very first message. But they are indicating that the reason why this person ghosted you could have something to do with their workplace, but within that workplace, it could have been another person within that workplace here. But they're still calling this a turn of events in your favor, ultimately, because Spirit says that there's a bit of a blinding mentality when it comes to this person, or how attracted you are. They're perhaps very traditionally good looking, or they have a really good way with kind of like maintaining their position, even when they're wrong, or even when they're feeling like they're wrong, they still are able to maintain their position. And there's something about this person's ego that Spirit is saying is at the root cause of why they ghosted. So even if it was another person, they're like, that's all secondary to the fear inside of this person from being actually able to see things clearly, bring their true feelings to light. Because they feel like, it feels like they love bomb people at the beginning, and they make it feel like there's no one in the world but the two of you. No one in the world, just the two of you, and it's you two against the world. And it's like right off the bat, they start to project these plans, which fills the divine feminine with a sense of security, fills her with hope and expectation. And then boom, this turn of events, Spirit says, where they acted like not a very good person, was actually an opportunity for you to be able to see this person in the true light, so that it takes the masks off of them for you, so that you won't hopefully be in a position where you're blinded by emotion, even when this person does reach back out to you. And I'm already getting messages about what's going to happen in the future here, but it's going to take some time to unravel. It's going to take some time to reveal itself, Spirit says. So let's take a look here at this person's current feelings when it comes to you at this time after ghosting you. How do they truly feel? It says, I know that you were right. I'm trying to forgive myself. And it's reversed, because right now they're not in that mindset. This person's not looking inward. They're not really reflecting upon what they've done. They're not showing a lot of remorse when it comes to what they've done. It's like, that's where that smug energy of the Nine of Cups is coming in for me too. We have here, when we first met, I just always had this feeling about you. It came reversed too. And that could have been a message that they said to you at the beginning of this. It's like, I just saw you and I just knew it was something special about you. It's like love bombing, making you feel really important, really. And then it must feel like a very huge placement of failure, falling off of that pedestal when they just pull all of that away. It says here, I love you. I've looked into tarot readings. The love bombing, Spirit says it's continuing. We have here, I'm a better person because of you. You've really changed me. And we have here, I've been hurting without you. You have no idea. Back of the deck says, I don't know how to express my love to you, so I keep it inside, and I have inner childhood wounds. And it's not that Spirit wants to paint this person as some sort of bad person or a narcissist or anything like that. They may have been raised in a narcissistic sort of environment, which fueled their reactions to interpersonal relationships at this point in time. But they definitely are attaching a lot of ego-driven energies towards the connection, and especially at the time of blocking you or ghosting you, they made a decision that was based on their ego and their temptation and their desires. Ultimately, I feel like that's not going to work out for them. I do feel like the person that they perhaps were blinded by or got distracted by, I feel like that's, with time, that's going to prove itself to be kind of fruitless. How do they currently feel right this moment, please? Why did they ghost? We have forgiveness and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moment. It was coming in the reversal. And we have that aspect here with the Eight of Swords reversed. And there is this sense of like the spark still being there for you. You're still holding on. The spark still being there. But Spirit asking us to move into an independent position where we're really in a good place to observe the energies. Because there is a forgiveness cycle coming in the future. We have here, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership and separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. We do have playfulness reversed as an aspect or a reason why this person may have ghosted you. So I feel like they were flirting with another realm, flirting with another person perhaps. And I do feel like even if there's going to be further contact, and we're going to check into that in a moment, I do feel like the separation is really important for us to embrace at this time so that we can clear out that clutter, get ourselves out of the Nine of Wands and transition into the Nine of Pentacles, because the Nine of Wands is us holding on and there's a reality surrounding that burns a little bit. And so they want us to move into more of an independent, secure position in this in-between. Let's take a look though. Are they going to reach out to pile number 2, please? 2 Pentacles. They have intentions of it. They're talking about eventually, when they face the reality of their choice, because that's what Spirit's talking about, is facing the reality of their decision. I have the Queen of Swords. I just saw the Ten of Cups. Spirit says there's going to be eventual clearing up of confusion here. Yeah, Temperance. We have the Queen of Cups. Here we have the Six of Swords. So we see the Divine Feminine transitioning from this really strong heart space of attachment into something less attached. And they are talking about it. Again, there's a workplace connection here, either for you or for this person. to the reason why they ghosted you. But they see you having to work hard during this in-between, the Divine Feminine specifically having to work hard in the in-between to be able to transition into peace or clarity here. But ultimately we see that. I do see with time this person perhaps reaching out to you, especially after this, the aspect of whatever pulled their attention away crumbles, because Spirit's saying that's going to happen. It's going to crumble beneath them because it's made in the sand. It's like they're building castles in the sand. That's going to be swept away. And then there's going to be some sort of revelation. But by that point, Spirit says you're going to have moved forward. You're going to have already cleared out that clutter. You'll have already moved into a more abundant timeline for yourself. But again, they say it's going to take work to get there. It's going to take work for this person to get to a place of revelation where they're like, oh my gosh, I missed a really great opportunity, and circle back around. And during that in between, you're going to be putting in the work of severance and moving into other timelines within that period too. So you have other relationships coming beyond this one. And this person has to kind of clear out the relationship that they're in at this moment. And then they're going to circle back around. But by then you'll have already sort of iced up your heart a little bit here with the Queen of Swords energy. It's like having to freeze up from this melting energy of the Queen of Cups, because there may already be some really strong investment there. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Place for pile 2 in the bowl when it comes to this connection that has ghosted them. Knight of Pentacles. So they're going to take their time. 8 of Cups, and we have the Fool reversed. And there is this aspect about them sort of feeling empowered by being the one to walk away, but ultimately feeling like that's it's like the very method of empowerment that made them feel like they were in control is the very thing that's going to kind of sink their boat. It's going to kind of keep them in a prison and make them feel helpless. And so the longer they realize that walking away has not brought them the fulfillment that they were hoping for, the harder it's going to be for them to circle back around. But in that period of time, you're going to walk away. Spirit says you're going to feel more empowered because you're going to have opportunities with a really dependable energy coming in for you. Someone who will not ghost you. Oops. We have heart, we have S, the letters S and J, and E and A. We have the phone off the hook, so like no contact here. We have a big wrench in our plans, and we have 2 keys. And so the wrenches are kind of representing different things. The wrench is for this person that ghosted you because that's their issue. The reason why they walked away is ultimately because of fear of a really good thing potentially. But also the wrench sort of shifts for you because right now you feel stuck holding on to this connection, wondering, but there's a reality here that Spirit wants us to kind of look at and focus upon so that we can make a discernible decision about whether or not we want to maintain in the same prison with this person. And then we have the 9 of Swords. There's overthinking and a lot of worry going into this situation. And Spirit wants us to know that that's not going to serve us. It's very useless. They're calling it useless in this moment. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. I'm praying for you, and if it did, please drop your comment below in the comments section so that we can get some words of encouragement back to you, and I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, but I hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the Green Adventurine, or to the Haunting of Bones here, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, why did they ghost you, and are they going to reach out to you? Now, the Haunting of Bones is the Queen of Wands, and there's an aspect here of temptation and desire and being kept waiting, and it's frustrating. There's a frustrating energy. See, the crown is made of all of these bones. It's like we still have unfinished business. We still have more that could be possible here, and the tongue is coming out. Almost looks like a snake. It's like I'm tempted to reach out, or I'm tempted to go hunting for them in some sort of way. Sometimes there's an aspect of being really upset or angry with the Queen of Wands too. So let's take a look here and see. Why did they ghost? Why did they ghost pile number 3, please? We have the 18, the moon on the water, Scorpio energy. We have the 7 of Swords, insecurity, and we have the Queen of Cups reversed. And there's like a determination to find out. It's like I'm determined to find out. I'm frustrated, I'm mad. It's like I feel upset. And it's almost like a stubbornness. It's like, I just got to know. Ten of Cups, Five of Cups, and I feel like it's upsetting, especially because there's this aspect of a lot of investments. Like I had already kind of pushed myself out of my comfort zone to invest in with this person, or I had really let them in on some of my emotions, and I feel really, it's almost like you feel like they are a traitor in some way. We have the King of Swords and we have the Seven of Pentacles. And back of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands with the Hanged Man. Now, there is a bit of a triggering message that's coming in here at this time, too, because they're talking about part of the reason why this person chose to walk away was because it's like they made a purposeful decision. I even think that they reflected upon it before they did it. Because I feel like this person wasn't being 100% honest with you about how invested they were, about where they thought it was going. I think that they were struggling to find the determination to match your expectations, because they're speaking about a smothering energy that they were feeling, and this is from their perspective, that they were feeling a smothering energy, and that there was some masks being worn there. Because I'm looking at the chameleon and I just heard social chameleon. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups. Back of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Now, what's interesting here, it's almost like they gave into a temptation of some kind, but it wasn't because they were really, really attracted in that other realm. It almost feels like they were feeling, it's like they were overlooking you. And that's why I'm putting a bit of a trigger warning on this message, because it feels like they were overlooking an amazing person, an amazing thing. And they're using this mask of, well, you were smothering me, or your expectations were too high, or I feel like they were unsure and unappreciative of the opportunity to begin with. And Spirit is calling them a little bit emotionally immature. Like they're saying that this person's still just a gatherer of information. They don't have a lot of experience to lead from. And ultimately, they're going to regret that decision. But as we move forward here, right now, in the present, they're not regretting that decision. They're not feeling that regret. Even the Five of Cups here, it says Five of Vessels, ecstasy. It's like they're dancing in it. But it's because they're not ready for that type of emotional connection. It's like you're up here and they are down here. And so here with the Seven of Swords, it's in the reversal. It's talking about their insecurity flooding you with your insecurity that you're feeling now, because like misery needs company. And if this person is feeling really insecure, they're flooding it at you by walking away, by causing all of this insecurity. I don't feel like that was necessarily their intention. That's just like a unnecessarily a bad byproduct, so to speak, of what has happened. Ultimately, they are going to feel more vulnerable as they evolve, to be honest, as they become more self-aware, as they recognize kind of what was offered to them versus what they're receiving in life in the future. They're going to come to a place where there's a revelation, where all of a sudden they get hit with some of the necessary consequences, emotional consequences of their actions in the past. And it makes them feel more vulnerable. At this point, Spirit does see the potential of them maybe coming forward with some sort of offering of it's almost like they're coming forward with like an apology or some sort of explanation at that time, but it may come at a very lengthy period of time from now, because it's about their awareness, it's about their evolution, because we're going from the Page to the King. So this person could be an air sign, it could be a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. They don't have to be, but they could be. We also have Scorpio very strong. We have Leo energy here as well. And so there's right now here with this surrendered energy, they may be surrendered to something fiery in another connection. But you can see that it's this fox, and the fox is like the King of Swords. He's very shrewd, he's very intelligent. And this fox is squinting. It's like, I can't see things clearly. I'm taking advantage of an opportunity it's like I'm giving myself an excuse to walk away. It's like I see something and I'm attracted to, or someone I'm attracted to, and I'm going to follow that because it gives me an excuse to walk away from this. It gives me the focus I need to move myself out of this situation. And they did it in a very insecure way. Like they did it in a, like it was very telling how emotionally ill-equipped they are by just ghosting and not explaining themselves. But I feel like they don't have the language to even explain themselves. So they had an opportunity and they took it. And it wasn't even because they were excited about that opportunity, because it says Four of Vessels, boredom. It's not even that they were excited about that opportunity. It's that it was a physical representation of the apathy that they're feeling here. And that's why Spirit, they're not intending to have this message be painful for you. In fact, they hope that it will be a revelation for you so that you can see this as just a pause point in your journey and ultimately allow yourself to move forward, and see it as a deficit in this person and not a deficit in you. Because they also want to add the message that you are on track when it comes to your future, when it comes to love, when it comes to commitments. And this is just a transitionary boat. They're saying that this is just a vessel that's carrying you through the passages of your transformation. So they're asking you to hold on with the Nine of Wands now, asking you to hold on during this chapter, because the worst is behind you when it comes to this situation. And they project and are predicting a lot of abundance for you in the future. New relationships that lead you to commitments, that lead you to happiness. And so they don't want you to take some of the triggers in this message and really go down a rabbit hole of grief. That's why they're saying we're actually giving you good news, that your cup is runneth over, but just not with this person in the future. That this is where you're headed. And so it's like, let the waves of emotion come over, let them pass over you, let them cleanse you, and dance with your loss. It's like they're applying this to you. They want you to dance with this loss, because ultimately they're allowing this loss so that it breaks the attachment that you may have started to invest in. And they just aren't on your frequency right now. So Spirit's excited that this may not work out for you ultimately, because they see you walking through the passages of your transformation. And this is going to be a vessel that's going to help you get there. Let's get some message cards to see where this person's thoughts are at this time. How do they currently feel, please, about ghosting pile 3? It says, you could destroy me, the Seven of Wands. And we have the Seven of Wands here too with the opportunity. It's like challenges, determination. It's like I foresee too many obstacles. So it's like I'm giving up with no reward. It says here, I can't feel your love anymore. The Queen of Cups reversed. And that's going to be you turning your back on that love. But it also speaks again to the smothering energy that they were feeling. It says, I'm getting over my fears. The Nine of Swords reversed. But I feel like they could be they are going to be losing sleep. But they're also highlighting that this person may be going through a bit of a period of depression, or a period of anxiety or something. There could be a depression energy that's coming in that's contributing to this sense of self-isolation. It's like they make decisions to put themselves in self-isolation. We have overflow of fresh started emotions. And this is coming, this could be the Ace of Cups that talks about them coming forward. So we're going to check into that in a moment about whether they're going to reach out to you. We have here, I think about you every single day. We do have that reversed in the for this time being, but Spirit says that that's going to increase. It's like sometimes they're trying to create an out of sight, out of mind mentality. It says, I didn't see what was right in front of me. And that's the Four of Cups. And that's apathy. And that is the boredom perhaps they were feeling in the connection, but also it speaks 100% about them and their life and where they're sitting right now and what they're able to offer and what they're willing to accept in their own life. And it doesn't speak anything about you. But it's like, I didn't see what was right in front of me. And now ultimately they're going to feel perhaps helpless to create change within that. Because Spirit sees a very abundant future for you. In fact, even here, the Seven of Cups, it says, Seven of Cups mourning. The reality will hit this person eventually, but because you're going to entertain other options. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I do feel like this person was stirred perhaps and attracted elsewhere, but it's not about love there. It's not about love for this person. It's about boredom for them. We have past life relationship. You've known each other before, and we do have religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. This person may be reacting to the fear of the unknown in this connection because of past situations in their childhood or dealings with their relationship within their family unit, their parents, for instance. But ultimately, it's now their responsibility to be able to turn their gaze towards healing. And you may have spent a past life with this person, so we may be in a bit of a loop when it comes to karmic justice here. But let's take a look at the future. Are you going to hear from this person? Will they reach out to pile number 3? It's very bright in here today. We have the Knight of Wands. They could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but the Knight of Wands definitely represents a period of life that we kind of go through where we are searching for something, we're seekers. It's a very carpe diem sort of mentality. We have the High Priestess. Will they reach out, please? We have the Hierophant. They keep talking about how this person has a lot of growing up to do. And as they age and as they grow up, Spirit says that they're going to reflect more and more about old connections like this one or past connections like this one. We have the death energy. We have the rebirth here with the King of Swords. So I do see this person reaching out to you ultimately. I feel like it might take them some time to do that. It might take longer than 6 months for someone watching. And they're speaking about how it comes after the point of them kind of leveling up. It comes after the point of them gaining some sort of epiphany about you. So there's evolution from the Page here to the King of Swords again. But we do see further connection in the future of this situation. But Spirit is indicating that you may have moved into a new timeline at that time. The death energy is all about rebirths that are possible, and how it could kind of throw you for a loop, because there is, as much as we want to kind of hold our force, there is emotional connection here. And so even if you have moved into a different timeline, Spirit says it's going to throw you for a bit of emotional loop when they do reach back out to you. So you'll be in another relationship perhaps because you'll have leveled up in some way, and you'll have switched timelines when it comes to your physical position in other relationships. But it's still going to affect how you feel emotionally. It's still going to trigger you in some way, but they are indicating that there is going to be further reunions or further connection in the future of this connection. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. Advice for pile number 3 about this person that ghosted. 2 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Chariot reverse. So there's a sense of stagnation and stuckness in the present and travel issues at this moment. And there are some delays to expect before we see any sort of change. But that spark is still there, and that's what's going to help fuel a return to you in some way. I also, though, feel like you could be kind of pulled in emotionally different directions when it comes to the further contact, because you may have moved into another relationship at that time. So Spirit just wants to provide that information so that you can make a discernible decision when that opens up. We have the letters F and G. And we have she believed she could, so she did, and it's reversed. So it's like a confidence that we may feel in the present, confidence that we may feel when we move into another relationship. It's like you'll be feeling that security, but this person will rattle your confidence when they do reach back out to you. We have the 5 honeycombs here. They're all empty, which I think of the 5 of Pentacles. And we have that in your reading here, feeling isolated and lonely in the situation. And feeling the practical loss as well. It says here, never, never give up, but it's also reversed. We do have the screwdriver. And so I think about kind of adding fuel to pain a little bit. It's like screwing something in. So putting effort in, but also I think about the painful side of that. And so there's like a painful revelation coming in for the air sign, the masculine air sign in the future, but also a difficult decision perhaps for you to make as well, because we do have the rib cage, and I think about something encasing the heart, like a prison encasing the heart. So there's emotional investment here, especially from the divine feminine, and how that will be tested. That emotional attachment is going to be tested in the future. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. I'm praying for you, praying for your connection. If it did resonate with you, please drop your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage.